My mission for the last 10 years has been an incredibly laser-focused one, and that is to help you as coaches and trainers save time, make more money, and coach how and where you want. This is all so important because it adds up to an ideal lifestyle scenario for you as a coach or a trainer. It helps you avoid burnout. So that's where all of my passion lies. That's where the mission of CoachNow and the Connected Coach Academy is going, and that's what I'm doing every single day. So with that, on today's episode, I want to pull out some information that's been behind closed doors. It's been inside of our Connected Coach Blueprint. It's already helped hundreds and hundreds of coaches, but I want to share it with you today. And that is the 100K offer. It's right here. That's what we're going to be talking about today. It's incredibly important that you understand this because we're going to be helping you shift your business model, shift your mindset, understand how technology plays into it, and I'm going to spell out the exact offer that can get you to 100K a year in your coaching or training business, and you could potentially coach less than 30 hours a week doing it, and in some cases, less than 20. So let's discuss. So the first thing we've got to talk about is your mindset. Regardless of where you are in your business journey, your mindset is going to be the greatest separator from where you are today and where you want to be. I've had so many conversations recently with super successful coaches, and amazingly enough, the very first thing they said is, hey, I changed my mindset. That's where I went from point A to point B and beyond. So some of the myths that you might be living in, we want to cover those, and we also want to talk about the tweaks necessary in your mindset to really reach this next level. So the first one, you've heard me say it, you're going to hear me say it again, and that's lessons versus coaching. So I've got a lot of content in this. I'm not going to dive a ton into it, but I do want to highlight quick points. Lessons, quick fixes. That's effectively what you're selling. Whether you believe it or not, that's what the athletes think they're getting. But worse off, you're selling units of time. You're not really selling results. Kind of think about it in this way. You're not promising, hey, over a period of time, you're going to reach these goals. No, on your website or on your landing page or your social media, you're saying, hey, sign up for a 1-hour lesson. What the heck is that? That's you selling your time. That is a major no-no. That's not how you're going to build a successful business. So we need to turn that off and move towards coaching. Long-term development, win-wins. And what this does is it helps you build a more effective business model, a holistic coaching practice, and it allows you to really create a high-ticket coaching program. Now, we talk about connected coaching as well, and that's a big part of what we're going to be talking about today. That's the next evolution, and ultimately that's how you're going to get to that 100K offer. The next tweak you got to make is moving into an entrepreneurial mindset. You're going to be an entrepreneur first and a coach second. And this is so imperative that you understand this. The reason being is that you're going to be making decisions for your business as an entrepreneur that give you an ROI. So many coaches out there are investing heavily in technical certifications or hardware or just kind of fancy things all around. It makes them feel cool or sound cool, but ultimately it does not affect their bottom line. And I want to make sure that you are making decisions as an entrepreneur so that you can ultimately be the best coach that you want to be because your business is working. So more on that. We've got lots of information on this, but you got to be reminded of this if you haven't heard it before. Own it, understand it, because it will change your life. Now let's talk about the technology here, right? So you can't be someone that's ignoring technology. There's really no way to leverage your expertise, move beyond lessons and into coaching, especially connected coaching, if you're not using technology. So obviously, if you're here watching this video and you're on our channel, we have CoachNow. That's who we are, CoachNow and the Connected Coach Academy. It's technology that's being used by tens of thousands of coaches all over the world, from Olympic programs to academies to just individuals. Anybody and everybody can use it. It's incredibly simple, but it's imperative that you create a habit of using technology in your coaching so that your athletes can essentially have their coach and all their information in their pocket. This is going to help you maintain a deeper relationship, give them micro touch points, and fulfill the offer that I'm about to share with you. So if you're not using technology, I encourage you to head over to CoachNow.io, kick off a free trial, because if you want to put this offer into play, if it makes sense to you, you're going to need the right technology to do it. Now, could you use this with other technologies? Maybe, but it's going to be way more challenging and just less effective for you overall. So understand the technology, give it a shot. We're here to help you on that. So let's jump to the next one. So now we're going to be talking specifically about the offer. Now I say offer versus lesson. I say offer versus product. And this is a change of language for a lot of you here that are watching this maybe for the first time. We talk a lot about this in our other educational resources. But what I'm telling you now is that you want to create programs, bundle them into an offer, rather than just continually selling the hour lesson or the lesson bundle, something like that. It's not going to work for you long term. It's going to lead you to that burnout. So what I'm asking you today, just change your mindset a little bit more, and you want to be thinking about the offers that you are making. The first key component of the offer is that you're going to be meeting with someone 2 hours in person per month. Let's be more specific though. It's going to be a 2-hour chunk for that one person. We've all been coaching and training for a long time. We know we cannot affect change in 1 hour, especially with a new client. It's a lot of that time is, hey, who are you? Getting to know you. What are your goals? And then you got 30 minutes to actually do something. So you're going to set it up to where it's 2 hours and a 2-hour chunk per person. Okay. This 100K offer, as you're seeing, does weigh heavily on meeting in person for at least 2 hours a month. There's a lot of ways that you can take this to where you can reduce it and add other things. But this is something that's worked really well because we all still love to meet in person. So let's go ahead and do it, but let's do it in 2-hour chunks, and it's only for that one time per month. Next, there's going to be this in-between time, and you're going to offer a 30-minute video call as a check-in. That's going to be something that's scheduled on your time, and you're going to record the call as necessary and then drop that into their CoachNow space, or send it to them in some other way. Obviously, a heck of a lot easier to drop it into the space, but this is going to be your only other live interaction with them. Then beyond that, you are going to say, I will do a minimum of 2 Q&As. So essentially, they ask a question, you answer it, and 2 technical analysis per week. That may take you about 5 minutes or so per interaction, probably less. Might even take you 5 minutes in total to do the analysis and answer those questions. So a very low time commitment, but incredibly important as a way to deliver value. So that one touch point maybe takes you a minute, but effectively gives them 30 days of value because they now have their coach in their pocket and they're feeling like they're getting even more than they paid for. Incredibly important to add this connected piece to it and these micro touch points. But what does this all add up to? How do you get to the 100K? Well, it's very, very simple math. I encourage you to do it, but effectively it's 21 clients at $400 a month. This is something different. Admittedly, you're now creating a recurring coaching model, a subscription coaching service, as you will. You are going to be the coach in their pocket, providing not only this in-person interaction, but also these micro touch points. So athletes will gladly pay it. We've seen it time and time again. But you might be looking at your business with a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of fear, and that's understandable. You might say, hey, there's no way there's 21 people that I even know right now that would pay me $400 a month for anything. Well, what if it was 10 people, $400 a month? What if it was 10 people, $200 a month, and you take what you learned today, mix it up a little bit, and provide a whole different experience? The reality is that you don't have to be perfect to start. You just need to start. And the people that are currently paying you continually for lessons and lessons and lessons, they're closer to this than you might even realize. So if you offer them something different, the odds are they're going to jump on it, and you can even offer introductory pricing that moves them up into this. When you bring on new clients, they don't know the difference. This is just how you run your business. So I can tell you flat out, this particular offer has helped coaches go from 50 to 60K a year to well over 100 within 6 months, or even less. Honestly, we've seen it, and it's reduced their overall coaching time by 10 hours. That's a full day a week. and increase their total income 25, 50, and in some cases 100%. So I challenge you, if this feels a little uncomfortable, rewatch this, revisit it, ask us some questions, add some comments below. It is totally doable. It's not a moonshot. I've done it and so many other coaches have done it. But before we jump, I want to help you understand the total time spent. And that's 66 and a half hours per month. A lot of you, and we do surveys, so trust me, I know this, a lot of you are coaching that amount per week and still making way less than six figures, way less than $100,000 a year. So if you get smarter, provide more value, provide more structure, it can greatly reduce the amount of time that you're spending, but it does not reduce the value that your athletes are getting. So lastly, time per client, 3.16 hours per month. Now some of you, again, if we look at what you're doing per week, you could probably put those 2-hour sessions into 1 week. It's a little over 40 hours, right? So you could say, hey, I want to coach for a big week. I'm going to have a big week. It's kind of just like a normal week, to be honest. And the rest of the time, I'm going to be traveling and staying connected with my athletes the entire time while making a great living. It is totally, totally possible. So let's recap really quickly. First off, you've got to change your mindset. You got to stop working in this lesson model, move to coaching and then to connected coaching. There's a pathway there. It's pretty straightforward. Beyond that, you need to put your entrepreneur hat on first, make decisions from that place because that will benefit your overall business. If it makes sense to get certifications, go get them. If it makes sense to get the hardware, go get them. But knowledge by itself does not equal money if you can't package it and sell it systematically. So it is absolutely imperative that you shift your mindset. So as we wrap this up, please do not treat this as hypothetical information that you just think is interesting. Please put it into play. And if you need help, you need assistance, let us know. We are here for you every step of the way. As I've said, we have the Connected Coach Blueprint Level 1. Level 2 is actually coming out really soon. We are providing the technology. All of it is there for you. You have the blueprint and you have the tools. If you're interested, please kick off a 7-day free trial at CoachNow.io if you haven't done so. If you like the education and the information, you just want to keep learning, we're here for you in that way too. If you're here watching on YouTube, please consider subscribing, add some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this video. If you've got some questions, comments, you need some help, we're here for you. If you're on the podcast apps, please, again, subscribe and share the episode with your friends because we, again, are here to help you and your peers make the most of your coaching and training businesses. So lastly, if you are digging this information, obviously you can subscribe and do all the things I've already mentioned, but you can also head over to coachnow.io/education and get tuned into all the resources that we have there. Thanks again for tuning in. And if I can say just one more thing, please know this is all possible and please put it into play. Action always wins.